Hello friends, and welcome to my Old Coin History Our Coin channel. Here, we explore the fascinating world of coins from around the globe, from rare old coins to modern treasures. If you love history, culture, and collecting, you're in the right place. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay connected with our journey into the history of money. The 1993 Australian 5-cent coin is one of the most recognizable and enduring pieces in Australia's decimal coinage system. Minted under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, this small yet historically rich coin represents the stability and continuity of Australia's monetary heritage. Introduced in 1966 when Australia transitioned from the pound system to decimal currency, the 5-cent denomination has retained the same design since its inception, a rare feature that reflects its timeless simplicity and deep national identity. The 1993 issue continues this legacy, combining numismatic craftsmanship, symbolic art, and economic practicality in a coin that has circulated across millions of hands for decades. The obverse front of the 1993 Australian 5-cent coin features the portrait of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, designed by the celebrated sculptor Raphael Maklouf. This effigy was used on Australian coins between 1985 and 1998, and it presents the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem, an ornate crown set with 1,333 diamonds. The portrait emphasizes dignity, grace, and maturity, portraying the Queen as both a global monarch and the constitutional head of the Commonwealth of Australia. Around the portrait runs the inscription, Elizabeth II Australia 1993, arranged in a circular legend near the rim. The sharp lettering and even spacing reflect the Royal Australian Mint's high production standards. The Queen's image faces to the right, as per the long-standing British numismatic tradition of alternating directions between successive monarchs. The reverse back of the coin, designed by Stuart Devlin, who was the official goldsmith and jeweler to the Queen, features a detailed engraving of the echidna, also known as the spiny anteater, one of Australia's unique native mammals. This animal symbolizes resilience, self-defense, and adaptability. The echidna's quills are artistically rendered in fine, radiating lines that give the coin texture and visual depth. At the center beneath the echidna, the denomination, 5, is clearly marked in bold, clean typography. Devlin's design captures the natural grace of Australian wildlife, transforming a simple coin into a miniature work of art. The use of the echidna also complements the Australian 5-cent coin's role as a low-denomination currency, humble, common, yet distinctly national. The coin is struck in cupro-nickel, an alloy composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a subtle silver-gray appearance and strong resistance to wear and corrosion. The 1993 5-cent coin has a mass of 2.83 grams, a diameter of 19.41 millimeters, and a thickness of 1.30 millimeters, with a reeded edge for tactile distinction. The minting process ensures consistent weight and composition across all coins, allowing them to function reliably in commerce and vending systems. The Royal Australian Mint in Canberra produced the 1993 5-cent coin in large numbers for circulation, ensuring adequate supply for everyday use in retail and transactions. While the exact mintage figures vary depending on the reference source, it is estimated that over 100 million coins were struck, reflecting Australia's growing population and expanding economy in the early 1990s. Despite its wide circulation, high-quality uncirculated or proof versions of the coin are prized by collectors for their brilliance, sharp details, and mirror-like surfaces. These proof issues were produced in special collector sets using polished dies and planchettes, emphasizing the artistry of the echidna design. The 1993 issue carries no mintmark, as all regular strike coins were produced at the Royal Australian Mint. However, special collector sets or commemorative editions from other years sometimes feature mintmarks like S for Sydney or M for Melbourne. The lack of such a mark helps identify 1993 as a standard circulation issue, yet it retains collectible interest due to its enduring design and clean execution. In terms of historical context, 1993 was a year of steady economic and cultural development in Australia. The nation was navigating the early years of globalization, technological progress, and environmental awareness. The 5-cent coin from this year thus serves as a snapshot of Australian identity, combining a British monarch, native wildlife, and modern minting precision into a single piece of metal. It reminds us that even small coins can embody national pride and global connection. Collectors often evaluate the 1993 5-cent coin based on condition, luster, and strike quality. Coins in circulated condition typically hold only face value, but those preserved in uncirculated or proof condition can attract higher interest, especially when included in official mint sets. The coin's modest size makes it prone to scratches, so fully intact examples with sharp details and unblemished surfaces are admired for their rarity. The value of the 1993 5-cent coin varies depending on condition. In average circulation, it is worth its face value, AUD 5 cents. However, uncirculated or proof coins can range from AUD $1 to $5, with pristine collector specimens occasionally fetching more. The sentimental and historical value, however, often exceeds the monetary worth, especially for those who appreciate the coin's link to Australian heritage. Overall, the 1993 Australian 5-cent coin stands as a perfect representation of Australia's enduring connection to its Commonwealth roots, its native fauna, and its meticulous minting tradition. Though small in size and denomination, it carries a wealth of meaning, the legacy of Queen Elizabeth II's reign, the beauty of Australian wildlife through Stuart Devlin's artistic mastery, and the economic stability of a modern nation. Decades later, as Australia considers phasing out low-value coins due to inflation and digital payments, the 5-cent coin remains a nostalgic symbol of everyday life and national character, a tiny yet mighty reminder of Australia's journey through the 20th century and beyond. Next coin. The 1982 Australian 5-cent coin is one of the most iconic and widely circulated coins in Australia's decimal currency system, representing a remarkable blend of artistry, history, and everyday utility. Minted under the reign of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, this small silver-toned coin holds immense cultural and historical value. It stands as a testament to Australia's post-decimal era and its strong connection to both its native wildlife and its constitutional monarchy. The coin's intricate design, reliable composition, and symbolic resonance make it an enduring favorite among numismatists and collectors around the world. When Australia adopted decimal currency in 1966, the 5-cent coin replaced the old Australian sixpence, maintaining a similar size and value relationship in the new system. By 1982, the design and dimensions had already become a familiar part of daily life. Yet, each year's issue carries subtle distinctions that reflect the minting quality, national events, and the economic climate of its time. The 1982 coin, in particular, emerged during a period of modernization and national confidence, when Australia's industries, tourism, and economy were expanding, and Queen Elizabeth II continued to symbolize continuity and stability throughout the Commonwealth. The obverse front side of the 1982 5-cent coin features the second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by Arnold Machin OBE, one of the most recognized coin artists in the Commonwealth. This portrait was first introduced in 1966 and used until 1984. It shows a young Queen Elizabeth II wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a delicate diamond tiara gifted to her by her grandmother, Queen Mary. The image presents the Queen in a serene and regal pose, facing right, with fine detailing in the hair and crown that reflect the precision of the Royal Australian Mint's craftsmanship. Surrounding the portrait is the legend, Elizabeth II Australia 1982, written in clean capital lettering that runs near the coin's rim. The simplicity of this design expresses dignity and authority, linking Australia's national identity to its Commonwealth heritage. On the reverse back side, the coin features the beloved Echidna design, an Australian native creature also known as the spiny anteater. This design was created by Stuart Devlin, a renowned goldsmith, jeweler, and designer for the royal family. Devlin's artistic vision transformed everyday coins into miniature works of art, and his echidna remains one of the most enduring images in Australian numismatics. The echidna is depicted curled around the bold numeral 5, symbolizing the denomination. Its detailed quills radiate outward, forming a symmetrical and striking pattern that balances natural realism with artistic stylization. The echidna's claws and snout are finely engraved, capturing its distinct features and representing Australia's unique biodiversity. The 1982 5-cent coin is composed of cupro-nickel, an alloy made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving the coin its subtle silver-gray shine and resistance to corrosion. This durable material ensures longevity even after decades of circulation. The coin weighs 2.83 grams, has a diameter of 19.41 millimeters, a thickness of 1.30 millimeters, and a reeded edge that prevents counterfeiting and gives a tactile feel when handled. Despite its small size, it's one of the most precisely engineered coins in the Australian monetary system. The coin was minted at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, which was established in 1965 as the first mint in the Southern Hemisphere to produce circulating decimal coins. The 1982 issue was struck in large numbers for everyday use, with a total mintage exceeding 100 million coins, though some numismatic references estimate even higher figures. Because of its wide distribution, finding 1982 5-cent coins in circulation today remains common, but high-grade examples, especially in uncirculated or proof condition, hold collector value. Special proof versions of the 1982 5-cent coin were produced as part of collector sets. These proof coins were struck using specially polished dies and planchettes, resulting in mirror-like fields and frosted designs. The craftsmanship on proof coins brings out the full beauty of Devlin's echidna design, with shimmering highlights and razor-sharp detail. From a historical perspective, 1982 was an eventful year in Australia and the Commonwealth. It was the year leading into the Brisbane Commonwealth Games 1982, a period of national excitement and international attention. The coin, though not commemorative, circulated widely during this time and thus carries an association with this vibrant era of Australian sports, culture, and development. The early 1980s also marked a period of technological advancement and modernization at the Royal Australian Mint, which began adopting more efficient coin production methods and quality control systems. In collecting terms, the 1982 Australian 5-cent coin is valued differently based on condition and rarity. In general circulation, its value remains its face value of AUD 5 cents, but in uncirculated condition, its collector's value ranges between AUD $1 to $3, while proof issues can be valued at AUD $5 or more, depending on preservation and presentation. Coins with exceptional luster, strong strikes, or die varieties may appeal to specialized collectors. The coin's symbolism is both patriotic and environmental. The echidna represents Australia's unique ecosystem and emphasizes the nation's appreciation for its natural heritage. At the same time, Queen Elizabeth II's portrait reinforces Australia's role as a proud member of the Commonwealth. The combination of native wildlife and royal portraiture reflects the balance between independence and tradition that defines Australia's modern identity. Even though the coin's denomination is small, the 5-cent piece plays a significant role in Australia's monetary history. It has been the smallest denomination in circulation since the withdrawal of the 1 and 2 cent coins in 1992, making the 5-cent coin the lowest value coin still used in Australian commerce. As inflation and digital payments gradually reduce the use of physical change, the 5-cent coin has become a nostalgic and historical item rather than a practical currency unit. The 1982 issue thus represents a period when coins were still the backbone of daily transactions, from school lunches to public transport and small purchases across every town in Australia. The coin also reminds collectors of the meticulous artistry and high production standards that the Royal Australian Mint upheld throughout the 20th century. Each detail, from the tiny serrations on the edge to the fine engraving of the echidna's quills, reflects craftsmanship on a miniature scale. Over 4 decades later, Many of these coins remain in circulation, bearing marks and scratches that tell stories of countless hands and transactions, making them silent witnesses to the daily life of an evolving nation. In conclusion, the 1982 Australian 5-cent coin stands as a durable and historically meaningful piece of modern Australia's identity. Featuring the youthful Arnold Machin portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on one side and Stuart Devlin's timeless Echidna on the other, this coin embodies both the strength of monarchy and the distinct character of Australian wildlife. Its small size belies its enormous symbolic value, a coin of humble worth yet rich in artistic, cultural, and historical significance. Whether cherished by collectors, historians, or everyday Australians, the 1982 5-cent coin remains a perfect reflection of a nation's unity, resilience, and pride, captured forever in metal. Please like and subscribe my YouTube channel.